Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpina.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHBR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. Always remember you can take us along with you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Feedback right here at WHBR. And it's a happy Monday. The fog is not as heavy as was reported in this particular area. And so we want you to still be concerned and be careful. If you have to go out, and be happy that the weather is giving us a little break. I just want to say happy Monday to Jesse, and happy Monday to Ron, and to Charlene, and all of those of you who tune in. Happy Monday to Carl as well. Anyway, I have a guest with me this morning, Minister Fuqua Bey. Some of you may know him, but I want to ask you, who is Minister Fuqua Bey?
I'm glad you said that this morning, my sister. Some people may know me, some people may not, but what's most important is what I could do for people, given resources to be able to do that. As you mentioned at the onset, around this time of the year, people are under so much pressure to provide for loved ones, and I think it's no different with our different families. So let me reintroduce myself. I'm Minister Fuqua Bey, Grand Sheik, Moorish Science Temple of America, have been for over 30 years, also president of the local National Action Network here in Detroit that works along with Reverend Williams over at King Solomon Baptist Church, and a number of other individuals. Sam Riddle, he's over there as political consultant, and Lori Parks is one of the liaisons, is my liaison in the National Action Network. And my assistant in the Moorish Science Temple of America's Brother R. Ford Bey, along with my chairman, Brother A. Maddox Bey, and his assistant, Brother Squeezer Bey, just to name a few, and the secretary, Brother Fletcher Eel, who's in charge of, or Sister Hilliard and Brother Fletcher is her assistant in the Treasurer's Department. We have Brother Ford Bey, Brother Robertson Bey. So they work in hand with me in helping me, or help to carry out some of my direction as far as helping people, because we are for the uplifting of falling humanity, and humanity is falling at an all-time high. So whatever we can do to help enhance the life of people, that's what we have been doing for over that period of time. This Saturday coming up, which will be the 21st, Saturday, December the 21st, we have our annual hat, coats, and gloves giveaway. We've been doing that for over 2 decades here in the city of Detroit. We also would go into the local schools and give away hats and gloves to our young people in those elementary schools. We are currently in the process of galvanizing more resources so that it can be a grand success this Saturday at the Moorish Science Temple of America on Grand River, 5601 Grand River. My contact number is 313-717-3670. We'll be giving away, like I said, not only hats, coats, and gloves, but we'll have other items, other gift items that we will be also giving away that people can certainly utilize at this point in time in their lives. And I hope that everybody stay safe, come out, do what you can, invite family members that are challenged. Matter of fact, I had someone to texted me last evening. It's like 12 people in the family, and she let me know that they had fell on some hard times, and anything that we could do would help. And I'm definitely going to rise to that occasion and to motivate others to help and let them have a happy celebration of what the things that they may be celebrating around that time. So is it, again, it's 313-717-3670. Minister Fuquay Bay. And, I'm on here, not necessarily a pitch for that, but to help examine and address some of the needs that we have in our city. We have a number of people working in the community that's working tirelessly around this time to help in those efforts, because we have individuals that are suffering PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorders, and a number of other PTs and things of that nature, and other ABCs that I don't know all the names of how they want to clinically address our people, but I know poverty is poverty. Poverty doesn't have a color line. You broke. It don't make a difference. So
What does he address?
it's
And the times.
5601 Grand River, and that's Grand River in between I-94 and McGraw Street, and it's 5601 Grand River, City of Detroit. The time we'll get underway about 12:30 or so, and we will hand out items until one or two things, until 3:30 or until the items run out. But I looked at it's going to be a long day. That we will certainly have items for those that come. And it's not really a pre-registration, so people don't have to think, well, is it too late for me to get registered or anything? No. All you just need to do basically is just pull up. Like we always say, pull up. And we are running the Blessed Hand Food Pantry on 15874 Wyoming. That's on the city's west side, right at Puritan. And we'll be running that Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tomorrow we'll have it going up from 3:30 to at least 5 o'clock. And we'll be handing out some food items, as we always do, to make it a little bit easier on the general population.
Now, the food giveaway is tomorrow, you say?
The food pantry,
Food pantry. And it starts at
3:30.
3:30.
It's gonna be.
That's on Wyoming and Puritan.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and the address there?
15874 Wyoming. It's right almost at the corner. It's right there, almost at that intersection of Puritan and Wyoming. But we are just back off of the Citco gas station on Wyoming. We have been there for a number of years, and many people are familiar with that location. So we'll be there. I know we'll be there tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be there Thursday also. But during these times here, it's different schedule changes with our shippers and people that's donating. They getting acclimated to go wherever they going for this time of year. We understand that.
Right. Now, I want to ask, what about the ages for the coat, hat, and glove giveaway?
Okay. Primarily, we like to deal with school-aged children, but I have been informed we may have some infant products available. I know we'll have some milk there, some Similac or Enfamil, one of those. I know we'll have that, and we may even have some diapers. We have some clothing for 3 to 6 month year old children, and it has been some other items, like some toy type of items or something like that have been donated. But those toy items, etc., That's going to be given out on Saturday. That's going to actually be given out there on Saturday. They're unwrapped, and so I don't want individuals to think that they're going to be wrapped up. That's something, if they choose to, that's something they're going to do on their own to do that. And like I say, it's just some things that we have that were made available to us that we would like to, give them to the general public. The age, hold on, let me give you this again. The age group is primarily children, all right? School-age children, all the way up until probably high school, because I remember we had some 3X coach, but then again, it could be middle school children. We had some 3Xs, double Xs, and things of that particular nature, girls and boys coach, but a lot of them were like middle school children. And like I said, we had some larger size coaches. I won't know the exact inventory until probably Thursday or Friday for sure, because we working in the fields now. Yes. Hold on, I can't hear that. Can you cut my mic? Can you cut my headphones up a little bit, sir?
I was at an address 5601 Grand River near McGraw.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
When you talk about
okay.
Poverty,
okay.
Poverty in the community seems to
bring your chair over here.
Expand more and more that people think about it, and the things that people need, and you have to wonder about our education system.
Right.
And there's not a lot of conversation about our education system, but when you have a school system that eliminates the opportunity for our young people to learn how to read. I'm hearing that they're putting phonics back into the school curriculum because whatever they used to replace it did not work.
Okay.
And they stopped teaching our young people how to write, which never made any sense either. Right. So that has, in my opinion, has a lot to do with poverty.
It has a lot to do with poverty, but not only that, what's actually taking place to some extent is that it has to do with capital. It has to do with governing the resources. They don't really care about education of young people at a certain income level, because all they want them to do is to be consumers anyway. They want to be consumers, and they want them to be robots. So they don't teach them how to go further as far as the economy is concerned. They want to teach them on the like in the plants. They teach them, robotic skills, but some of that's being replaced also. So they don't want your skill set to be all the way up. They don't want you to do no critical thinking as far as that's concerned, because you gotta be careful. You start doing critical thinking, you'll start analyzing the molds and what they put you in, and you can create a better mousetrap. So that what they want to do is keep you like Jack in the box. They don't want you to go outside the box, and they very much discourage that as far as the educational system, the miseducational system is concerned. I don't know how we got to this point to where we let the very system that wanted to keep us oppressed turn around and try to educate us on how not to be oppressed. That just doesn't work. It doesn't add up, period. And you're talking about a level playing field. We didn't never ask to be in the field at all. That's where he put us. Don't talk about we coming with a level playing field.
Right.
It don't add up. And when you speak against it, you're the bad guy.
Right.
They told Marcus Garvey, they said, you got to watch that guy. He's a Negro agitator. He's agitating them Negroes out there, man. Got to get this guy out of here, man. What do you think he is? He's out here agitating our Negroes. Our Negroes want more now. They done got a certain type of self-confidence. We was trying to whoop it out of them for generations. Now he's reigniting their DNA so they can get back in the game. He's like, nah, get him up out of here, man. What do you think he is? Come down here. You come down here with all this talk about independence. You talking about moving our money? You talking about being independent? These are our slaves. We done took them from the backyard. We done put them in the front yard so we can keep a closer eye on them. That's all that is. You know, they want to talk about somebody tried to trick somebody out some money. We wasn't in the trick or treat. We was into helping our people. So here it is. They want to try to say he was trying to trick somebody. No, y'all was putting tricks in the game when y'all kept sabotaging them ships. Marcus Garvey was a giant in his time. He'd be a giant in today's time too for what he did. Tell me anybody in history that got ships after Marcus Garvey for their people. Ain't nobody. Marcus Garvey was on another level. You know, when you talking about ships, import and export for the people, and the people put the money up for that stock. He wasn't talking about this is my money. I'm putting no, this is our money. Everybody can get a piece of this here. We're gonna make some things happen. Europeans, they wasn't going for that. See, it was a mindset of people. More or less like capitalism. They wanted laissez-faire capitalism. They wanted hands-off capitalism. Why? Because we want to do it the way we want to do it without any consequences for what we do. So that was laissez-faire. But you know, we had to put some restraints on them. They was getting too deep.
Right. And next year we're going to be in a local election mode. So we have to...
You said the local election next year? Yeah.
January, right, for the city council, for mayor, city clerk. You know, we just have to begin looking for people to be in the election process. And we need to analyze them to find out if we think they are best for us, and then encourage people to vote for them. You know, that is... a very urgent need for the people in our community. And don't just let anybody walk up and say, hey, I want to be your council person, your mayor, your clerk, what have you. That is something that we have to deal with. And it's 2025 that the elections are going to take place for the locals. Yeah. What other projects are you planning or have you going on?
You know, we always have different things come up as the circumstances call for, the situations call for. The next thing that we'll have coming up after that project is that we want to actually deal with our seniors. And I did speak to Lori Parks in regards to that. Want to go to some of the high-rise buildings right now. I'm setting aside some different gifts and things like that for the seniors and setting up some different, like I say, some different gifts, a number of different gifts, so we can actually go and let them know that they have not been forgotten, because far too often, you know, the seniors, it ain't like it used to be. You know, people don't come and check on them and things of this particular nature, but they're the reason why we got as far as we got, you know. So I know last year I had the opportunity to visit a number of the senior citizen sites and go and take them some blessings in a bag, as I call them, individual bags of groceries and other things to them, and had the opportunity to talk with them. I like to, you know, bounce things off of them and see what they have to say. That helps, you know, kind of revigorate them. And let them know they are worthy to hear from, and that they have not been forgotten, and we love them, and we, you know, want to see the best for them. So that's what that situation is. Like I said, that's gonna be a part of the platform that's coming up for 2025, and also get our young people ignited in that process. And when I'm talking about our young people, I'm like talking about 7 and 8 years old, going up to, you know, maybe 12, 13 years old. Get them to actually integrate with the seniors, integrate with these seniors, so we can plant that seed of hope and happiness in their minds as they tend to get older. They can reflect and remember things of this particular nature, because if they can see it, they can be it. Absolutely. So you got to be, you got to be boots on the ground, pointing the way, helping lead and directing them. You just can't tell them what they should do. You got to be willing to go into the storm with them. You just don't push them in there. No, let's get busy. Let's show them that we can weather the storm.
Well, there was a lawsuit of $94 million regarding money for tutoring our children. Anyway, the lawsuit came out in favor of the Detroit public school system and the students. But there seems to be a conflict at this time, or an argument over who is going to administer the money. It's just crazy. Our young people need to be tutored. Our young people need to be encouraged to interact with the senior population. And they learn so much that way. And now, in some instances, there are grandparents who are raising the children. And that's a blessing for the children, of course.
Of course.
But with the tutoring that is needed, there was one need, of course, for reading. But the governor signed a bill a few months ago that a student cannot graduate from high school unless they pass the financial literacy test.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a good thing. However, I've not heard much about the tutoring setup, if the students are receiving assistance or what. Have you heard anything?
Well, no, but see, at the end of the day, this is the pile of tricks that go on. When they know the money is getting ready to be unloaded in any given state, people get to jockeying for position. You'll see different things start to come out. People want to move to this seat, this the musical chair type of thing. People are in for the grab bag. They ain't in for the purpose of taking care of the children. They're in there for the purpose of enriching themselves. So they're going to be moving into the appropriation committee. They're going to be moving into this seat or this seat to this seat. Why? Because that's what they have seen, enhancement based upon the money grab. When the money bag wasn't there, you didn't have that same level of people getting busy in those areas, period. Not at all. We let people in Washington dictate to us on even how the money should be allocated based upon a set of protocols they set up. Nah, we here with boots on the ground. We know what the people need. It may be unconventional to you, but it's effective to us. And let us put together a best practice module. Let us put together the best practice. Don't keep telling us like we even slaves that this is what you do with the money and you got to follow this or you got to follow that particular protocol, because all that does is this. People already know what the boxes are, what the musical chairs are. You telling us we got to go that way. So it filters right in the hands of the people that's done already set themselves up. You got the fox in the chicken coop with the chickens down there. Why? Because he already know the chickens was coming to the coop, and you did not say that you could do this thing a different way. You say, no, you got to send the chickens right in there, and the fox just in there waiting. Like, I'm glad y'all showed up. Now it's eating time. But if you saying that, y'all decide on what's gonna be, the fox don't know where to be then. Why? Because if you get competent people in these particular positions, they can really help the babies, because the babies need to be taught through different systems, not some system that a slave master mentality is telling them this is what they need. No, this is what y'all want them to have. That ain't necessarily what they need. I learned a lot of things in school, and all they was mind fillers that I never used them in my life. I'm 60 plus years old. I never even used them in my life, period. Never had a use for them. But what I found out, they was mind fillers, because, that goes all about way back to Roosevelt and things of that nature. When we was in the Gregorian mood, when everything was drying up, they had to come up with a way. They started pulling the children out of the fields, start put them into this educational system. Mm-hmm. And who was that? The Carnegies or somebody? How you letting all these people come up with how somebody should be educated based upon what their protocols is? We wasn't at the table, so don't try to teach that stuff to us. Then you're gonna give us a grade based upon what we should know about y'all, not what we should know about world history, but only thing we should know is what y'all's history is, period. You want us to know about Abraham and, the guy chopping down the cherry trees and all this bunch of folly and all these people. What we care about all that? What do that have to do with our struggle? We need to know about people, our inventors. That should be part of the educational protocol. Why? Because if we trying to bridge some type of gap, then we talking about diversity. They need to know something about the people that's at the table. We in school with other people, so they need to know about what we did too. Some of the great people that was on our side too, and come out of this trick or treat game with all these color game. All this color game, we had to cut that out. White boy this and white man. Listen here, man, we coming out the color game. Let's get with the brain and leave the color game alone. Right. It was some education and not some misplacing of information.
And have more people to volunteer for the tutoring. We are at the bottom of our hour now. And so for those of you out there, refresh your orange juice or your coffee, call someone and tell them to tune in and to listen to Minister Fuqua Bey. And we'll be back momentarily.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team, composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broughton, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 248-234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000, access code 338729. Thank you very much.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle, Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2...
In a few seconds, there gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist, a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime! It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallnut.
Wally Wallnut here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Cheminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the...
Chew!
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. And we are back. We have returned, and thank you so much for staying tuned to Feedback right here at WHPR. You know, our guest that we had, Minister Fuqua Bay, had shared with us that his birthday is this month, December 30th. So my co-host, Mark Cummings, is going to share with us who else is on.
Yeah, we're going to look up that day.
Yeah, while you looking.
That first 30 minutes was quite impassioned.
Yeah. And for Saturday,
Yes, indeed.
the hat, coat, and glove giveaway is going to take place at 5601 Grand River. 5601 Grand River, which is near McGraw. So for the K through 12 students, you can go there, and it will begin at 12:30 on Saturday. And they have been doing this for a number of years, and they want you to know that they are continuing to provide hats, gloves, and coats for the young people in our school system and in our community who have a need. And tomorrow, there's going to be a food giveaway on Wyoming and Puritan, and that begins at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow.
And that's at that Citgo right there, you said, on the corner.
On the right. So that's what's coming up. Did you ready? You found it?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Just want to thank
Minister?
Brother C.P. Fuqua Bay from the Morris Science Temple once again of America, doing good work in the community. Say December the 30th. Let's see who we have on that day. Oh, wow.
What?
1928, Elias Bates McDaniel, blues composer, was born in Magnolia, Mississippi. He is also known as Bo Diddley.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed. You ain't kidding. We've been singing the blues, that's for sure. Now, here's a good one here. 1930, Herman Jerome Russell, founder of H.J. Russell Construction Company, was involved in building MARTA subway stations, the Georgia Dome, and the new Hartsfield International Airport.
Oh, wow.
Benjamin E. Mays High School and the Coca-Cola Tower, all in Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you, if it wasn't for man like Maynard Ferguson and the light down there in Atlanta, Andrew Young, working for the federal government, bringing those funds in, we wouldn't even have black-owned construction companies. And people don't realize, at that time, the government had quotas. They had to meet certain stipulations that they would do business with minority-owned concerns. And of course, we know by the 80s, Reagan and his cohorts, they came out against quotas and they broke it down, and then they turned them in from quotas into set-asides, and next thing you know, they just disappeared. Now, you don't even hear nothing about it. They call it DEI now, but I don't really know if, diversity, equity, inclusion, what that really means for black businesses. You might get a few jobs a thing, but we don't get the contracts like we used to.
And then even with any of that, is there someone watching over, supervising, monitoring to see that it takes place?
Right, exactly.
They just turn their other eyes,
right.
And
like forget
and
about
the
it.
beat goes on.
Yeah. We truly gonna have to figure out how we gonna move forward in this society today. Because as a race of people, we are being attacked at all ends. And it was weird because I'm telling you folks, you got to get out here and go and check out people that want to give you good information, Miss Bro. I just so happened to be watching Joy Reid, and she had Tom Hartman on. And for people who don't know Tom Hartman, he puts out a lot of good information on a station called Free Speech TV. And he's a liberal, so to speak, a progressive. But more than anything, he does his homework. And the information he gave out, I think it was Tuesday night, I was watching the program. It really stunned me.
What?
There was a gentleman come over here from Germany in 1891 named F.L. Hoffman. Okay, this gentleman was a German. He was a scientist, well-read, erudite gentleman. And he came over here, and his concern was health and healthcare. He ended up getting a job with Prudential Insurance. Rose to the top of Prudential Insurance by 1896. And then he wrote a book. Okay. And this book was called The Tendencies of the American Negro. Okay. And what this gentleman had come to the conclusion of was that we got to figure out a way to pretty much make the American Negro extinct. Okay. This gentleman was heading Prudential Insurance, no less, because they wanted to figure out a way, how do we get to a universal healthcare system? Okay. And they said, what we going to do is, what we got going on there? And what they wanted to do, I tell you, Mondays down here, folks, WHPR TV 33. It's always exciting. But the engineer, Mr. Timothy Smith,
he takes care of it.
he know how to handle it.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
Right.
But I digress. Let me get back to what I was saying.
Prudential Insurance.
Right. And write this name down, folks. F. L. Hoffman. HOFFMANN. Okay. This gentleman. Whew. Okay. So he wrote the book. And he said, look, we can't afford to take care of these Negroes. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to deny them health care. Okay. And if we deny them health care, in 3 generations, they would pretty much be like the American Indian. Almost wiped out. This was the plan. See, this is what we got to understand. This country been planning to exterminate us since they so-called freed us. Okay. Because they never figured out what to do with us. Okay, we got a call coming in. We done tapped into something out there. Who we got on the phone line, Tim? Send them on through. Yes, indeed. Who we speaking with this morning on feedback?
This is myself, like,
There she go.
Hearing the show on Facebook this morning.
Yes, indeed. Our resident poet, Miss Sylvia. How we doing this morning?
Happy Monday.
I'm doing good. I enjoyed your interview with the Minister Fubay. He always gives to the community the coats and hats. Oh, he's always giving away nice things, and so I'm just glad to hear that he's continuing that mission. Yourself gave away coats and clothing and shoes and a whole lot of nice things yesterday at one of his houses over there on Ferry. And I guess he's starting to do that annually as well. So it's just, very good to know that we have our brothers out here that care about the community, care about our children, care about our seniors, and do what they can, giving and caring. I just love it.
Oh yeah, and that's why that's why it's good to have a program like this, so we can let the people know that people out there doing good things.
Right.
And it ain't easy because it costs money to do this stuff. There's a lot of time involved. You got to connect with people. You got to get the goods. People got to understand it ain't easy. You just don't. This stuff don't come out of thin air. You're giving away coats and shoes and.
You got to have good relationships in order to get the resources that's needed for the community. So that's a job in itself, just doing networking and connecting with the right sources.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear about the school again. Here we go again with funding coming in, and they act like they don't know what to do or who's in charge and who's going to be in charge. And if the funding's ever going to reach the children and their needs of resources for educating them in key areas that they need to be educated in. And I agree with the minister. Our children need to learn about their culture, about their identities, about their capabilities and the inventions and cultures and rituals, the positive rituals. Like most of the other groups, they are so connected as family, and they have traditions. And these are the things that got lost when they separated and broke the family and the values of family. They broke that in pieces. And that's where our children need to get back together so we can have that intergenerational connection with each other and that love and that family bond.
Right. And the tutoring is really helpful for the children, and to have somebody to show them that they really care about them and they want to help them learn to read, and they want to help them learn to write, and they want to help them learn about the financial end of a life and fiscal responsibility, and
right. And see, once the children learn about their culture and their connection to family and ancestors, all that good stuff, they will learn that they were the math. They were the geniuses in math and inventions.
Right.
That all this world has today is because of our ancestries. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think it's so important that, I don't understand, but then again, I do, why even the churches don't open their doors to have programs to enlighten our children of their culture and their identities and their capabilities, because there's just so much history that would teach them who they really are and how strong.
Well, there was a statement made some years ago that the way to get rid of black folks is to deny them of their culture, of their history. And as you do that, then they want to identify somewhere else with someone else. So,
because others are constantly getting the glory of our story.
Yes.
They've been stealing how long? And even today, if we wasn't popping, they wouldn't have anything to copy, because they still were trendsetters and were leaders and trendsetters. Even if it's negative, they're copying it. That's how strong of an influence.
You're right.
which is weird in itself.
It
But
is.
it's just a talent. Black folks have such natural talent, and I'm still seeing things on Facebook with children as young as 2 years old, 3 or 4, and they are little geniuses. It's like they're here before their time, and they're so talented, gifted, and intelligent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Miss Bro, that sounds good, Sylvia. But the self-hate, we got to deal with a socio-psychological system of racism that puts us in harm's way. Even with what you're saying, we know that they got Egyptologists. I've met Doc B. and Yokohanan. I've met all John Hope Franklin. I've met all them heavy guys used to come to Howard all the time in the 80s. Heavy hitters that would tell you about your history. And look what it's ended up in today. We make jokes about people who talk about African history. We call them Hotep heads and all this other foolishness because we don't want to believe that could we be in a system where we actually created all of this. We don't want to believe that we were the purveyors of mathematics and engineering. We don't want to believe that because we are so downtrodden now that the best we can do out here is act a fool, jump around, clown, and make a fool of ourselves for what? A few dollars. And we think what? We think that's cool. These guys out here ain't talking about nothing. Even when rap was coming up, we were trying to get that information back out to people. They were using rap songs, X-Clan and Poor Righteous Teachers and Public Enemy to get information to the people and teach them. But what did they do? They broke that all up. And we went from that to foolishness and gangster rap and all of this materialism and all cats could talk about was what they had in their cars and brand name clothes. They made us into simpletons.
To keep our children dumbed down.
They've been doing this since they supposedly freed us because they don't have room for us in this society. And we're going to have to figure out where we stand. We can't be all divided. He was talking about the family. Let's just be honest. They use black women to look at black men like we wasn't even important to the family. And now most black women, even educated ones, will tell you, single mother head of household is cool. This is just another type of family, and we really don't need the men in the household. And look what this has gotten us. It's made us totally irrelevant. Women think they got different concerns than black men. Black men have decided, I don't really want to be bothered with black women. We can't win like this, and we're not winning. And that's a problem. That is a big problem. Tim, I can't hear you. We up here battling, folks. You know how it go. They're trying to, they trying to hold us up. I just told y'all about this Frederick Ludwig Hoffman guy.
Ooh, yes. Oh, and what's the name of that book he wrote again?
Yes, indeed. Let me pull this up right quick. So you can look it up. It's a $45 on Amazon. It's a lot of money, but I'm gonna pick up the one. It's a black guy wrote he critiqued the book for black folks. Let him know. It's called The Race, Traits, and Tendencies of the American Negro, 1896. Interesting. It's something wrong with us. They've been saying that for years. Birth of a Nation, a movie, viewed at the White House, Woodrow Wilson. What did they say? There's something wrong with black men. Let's just be honest about this. They've been saying there's something wrong with us for years and decades and centuries. That's why they got to keep saying it. Our brains are smaller. We're not as intelligent. They've been saying this for years. And we just didn't gave into it. We're like, okay, well, if I could just make some money, I'm okay. It ain't about black and white. It's about green. We just said all kind of foolish stuff over the years, trying not to realize that racism is a system that got us all boxed in. Look how wrecked this country is now. You got a president that out and out said he don't even like black folks. He don't even like these Hispanics. And what did? We still voted for him. Like, well, I know he don't like us. Hispanics voted for him almost at a 50% clip. It's something wrong when we've decided that racism is okay. I'd heard too many black folks say, well, it ain't going nowhere. It was in the Bible. Racism was not in the Bible. Now, you might have had some people discriminating, like, okay, them people different than us, but it wasn't on the basis of race. Racism was something created later on down the line when they decided, you know what? They are different from us, and we're going to use that to our advantage. And white people have been running this whole world. You can't run from it because it's a world system. You just got to get serious about this. Black men and black women are going to have to figure out how we're going to come back together, Miss Brody. That's the biggest thing. How we going to realize all our interests are the same? We went from the civil rights movement to all of this women's rights stuff. And men have been thrown in jail so much now. 40% of your black male population between 18 and 40 got a felony beef. That's a collapse. You can't have no families when most of your men can't even work. We in bad shape. You just got to be honest about that. That's what burning me up, Miss Brody. I'm just so much work to do. It's almost like it doesn't even matter. Sad. Hood Research, folks. You want to do something, get $20 out your pocket. Join Hood Research this week. Just give me a call, 313-510-1250. Say, Mr. Cummings, I want to join Theo Broden, Reggie Crawford, and all them great gentlemen over there that's doing great work. And I want to help. So my $20 is part of the deal. We should have 100 people call this week. If you're serious about seeing some things get done, give us a call. That ain't number 100 people at $20. That ain't number $2,000. But that's a start. Let's get serious. I said, Miss Broden, I'm done for today. I'm outdone.
Well, we can't give up, Mark. We cannot give up. And, you know, I like to recommend to the community that education on all levels is important for us to go forward, important for us to improve, important for us to learn about each other. You know, this is something that has been talked about, you know, that Willie Lynch letter, and it seems that it has been used, the concept has been used in all kinds of communities. Someone said to me once that over in India, that they have 100,000 Indians who have a darker complexion, and they're looked down upon.
The untouchables.
Yeah, they're looked down upon.
Are we right there at the bottom of the top of the hour, too? 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Miss Bro.
Oh, okay. And well, when you look at Mexico, and I believe it's Veracruz, Dr. Claude Anderson told us once about John Horace. He was a man who had been enslaved, and he was able to get away, and he rode a horse on into Mexico. And they have no records that they just never found him after that. However, in Veracruz, which is in Mexico, they have darker complected Mexicans. And in every population, you could find that same concept that those are the ones who are looked down upon or downtrodden.
Yes, Tim said we got to go to this break. I'm over here losing my voice, folks. We got a guest gonna come on in here. We're gonna talk to her in a minute.
Yeah. So refresh your orange juice and your coffee. And we are pausing for the closing, and we'll be back momentarily.
Butter and Friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be in love to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome our first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Warmer.
Wally Warmer here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the chew germ. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Impinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. And take us along with you. Always remember that. And we are back for the last segment of feedback right here by Hood Research. You know, a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, Clara McKissick, has passed, and her funeral is this Wednesday. It will be held at Cole's Funeral Home, which is on Schaefer and Puritan. Family hour starts at 12:30, and the funeral is at 1 p.m. That's this Wednesday, December the 18th. Her birthday is December 16th. And I was just interested in the people that she shared.
Okay. Gonna show us some affirmation love.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. All right. Yes, indeed. You said Claire McKissick, right?
Claire McKissick, that's right.
See.
She was a chemist.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yes, indeed. And folks, we don't have too many black chemists out there. So
No, right.
that's quite an achievement.
Mm-hmm.
In and of itself, her name should be in this book.
Hey, right. That's a good point.
Oh, excuse me. Woo, got a lot of cold in me this morning, folks. Yes, indeed. Let's see what we got here. 1834, George Ruffin, the first African-American Harvard Law School graduate, folks.
Oh, wow.
In 1834, he graduated. Was born in Richmond, Virginia. How about that?
Huh.
Indeed.
Wow.
Indeed. Let's see who we got. Wow. There's a lot on here for this date. December the 16th. I don't know. I heard of this brother. Shields Green, folks.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of John Brown's men. I remember he fought really valiantly at Harper's Ferry. A lot of our kids don't know about Harper's Ferry.
Oh,
This is what got the whole Civil War started, folks.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know about this. John Brown, he was one of those white abolitionists that decided, you know what? We can't even exist as a country because the devil in us so heavy. How we going to be a real Christian country with this slavery piece?
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize. But the gentleman Shields Green was hanged in Virginia on this day in 1859. They hung him, folks.
Mm-hmm.
But he fought, folks,
Mm-hmm.
for the freedom of his people. And unfortunately, we gonna have to battle. That's what this is all about. You got to battle for this. Let's see who else we got here. Man, we got a lot of people. John Edward Jacob. I don't know if we remember this brother. 1934. He was the National Urban League Executive Director. He was born in Trout, Louisiana. And then a name we just mentioned today, Andrew Young.
Yeah.
Was appointed ambassador to the UN by President Carter on this day in 1976.
Wow.
So, folks, I mean, you got to have them connections in the government people.
Mm-hmm.
And the government then, because government got all the money.
Right.
I mean, we keep talking about we don't want no government handout. What are you talking about? Everybody gets a government. How you think Tesla even exists? We created this Elon Musk guy. Now he gonna come in and tell you, I'm gonna fix the government. Well, I tell you, Americans are some of the silliest folks you ever seen in your life. I'm serious. I mean, come on now. We done created this Tesla, and now he gonna come in and take money from other programs. These folks, I mean, I don't think we realize how bad it's about to get out here.
Hey.
You was telling them about this.
And I tell you.
That they call a president. Now, Lord have mercy. I hate to say it, but this guy, he done picked all kind of people that they're not even qualified to run anything.
Right.
And he want them to run the whole country.
Want him to do what he says. That's it. First day he's gonna be a dictator. He says, I'm like, oh boy.
People, we got to figure this out. We got to figure this out because I was just reading, or actually listening. That's what I love about the internet. People out there do the research for you. All you got to do is tap into it. They want to get rid of the CFPB. That's the financial. It's for the citizen. The Citizen Financial Review Board that's down here dealing with all of these companies that have been taking advantage of you, these finance companies. That was Elizabeth Warren's contribution to government after the 2008 debacle where the banks just made a mess of things. The whole global economy was about to fall in. And of course, we needed protections. And the MAGA people, they don't want to protect you. That's what they don't want you to be protected as a black person. They don't realize they losing too. I mean, these companies are taking advantage of people so often. Matter of fact, USAA, we watch them all the time. They got all the commercials during the football season. The government sued these guys.
Oh.
Okay. Because they were what? They didn't want to do the black people right. Okay. They were not giving us the information we needed. They were holding back on getting us loans. This racism piece is real, Mr. That's why I say, are you tired of racism? How can you not be? Ask that question to your white counterpart. Black Lives Matter is fine. We know they twisted down all up into all lives matter, blue lives matter, all the rest of this foolishness. But if you just ask them directly, are you tired of racism? What they gonna say? They are, but continue to be racist. Continue this system. I mean, we pay taxes just like everybody else. But yet we got to deal with the government telling us we don't deserve to be protected. And that's the tragedy of all this. We're not protected. We always being taken advantage of. That was what the whole thing with 2008 was about. The banks were giving us subprime loans.
Yeah.
Loans over 8-9%. Even if we had good credit, it didn't matter. The only thing mattered was we were black and we lived in areas where black folks congregated. So they took advantage of us. I don't think we realize how we have yet to recover. Black people lost, they said black people lost over 35% of their wealth. Like that. And we've yet to recover it. So, I mean, it's rough. It's rough. I ain't even gonna kid you. But I'm just gonna take this time, Ms. Brown, to thank Hood Research. My mother passed on November the 18th. And we had her home going on November the 30th. And it was a beautiful home going that Saturday. And Fred Durhall, our councilman. He gave my mother Spirit of Detroit Award. Of course, my son, he stay on everybody. Marcus Cummings, a lot of love to him. And Miss Broughton, Hood Research, also gave my mother a certificate of honor. And I just want to say thank you for that. It was beautiful to hear about that. The people there felt good. I let them know about Hood Research. And I was hoping a lot of them would get back to me like, Mark, I want to join Hood Research. But I got to stay on them. But folks, I'm telling you, Hood Research been around over 34 years. Been doing good work. We got to honor these people. Miss Broughton, Reggie Crawford, Al Martin. These guys have been doing this a long time. Yeah. Caring about the people in the city of Detroit, getting the information out, connecting with other groups. Don't we have something coming up at the Detroit Food Co-op, Miss Broughton?
Yes, we do. On New Year's Day, Hood Research does the last day of Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa begins the day after Christmas, which is December the 26th. And all of the 7-day celebrations are going to be held at the Food Co-op. It's a meeting room upstairs over the grocery area. Yes. And it's located on Woodward Avenue and Euclid. Euclid and Woodward Avenue.
You can't miss it. It's a beautiful grocery
building and ample parking. And and by the way, elevator, you don't have to be concerned about having to walk up steps. They have an elevator right there. And it's just so, it's nice, it's convenient, and it really makes you feel good to know that you have a place that you participated with. I purchased stock in the building, and many friends, and our poet who was just on with us, I purchased also.
Yes, we are all members of the Food Co-op. Yes.
So we really just you feel so proud. But now on the 7th day of Kwanzaa, Hood Research is going to use that to give a presentation. And the whole thing is gonna begin at noon, 12 noon. So come and be prepared to enjoy the celebration by Hood Research. And on that 7th day, Imani is the faith for the program that day. And a young man by the name of Kari Frazier is going to be our speaker. So just need to let you know that. And the event is free of charge. FREE, free of charge. Mm-hmm. So we definitely want people to participate. And when we were asked to do this, there are people who go, no, why you want to do a New Year's Day? And no, and nobody's going to come. Well, my answer was this. On New Year's Day, everybody is not going to be getting over a hang hour. On New Year's Day, you're right. Everybody is not going to church. Matter of fact, New Year's Day is going to be on a Wednesday this year. Mm-hmm. So it will be Wednesday, January 1st, 12 noon, and be there to enjoy the festivities and enjoy that program. There will be vendors there. So if there was a program last year and there was an item that you wanted to purchase, but you didn't get an opportunity to do, well, there will be vendors there this year. And perhaps that same person will have items that you will enjoy, or perhaps the same item you wanted to purchase last year.
Yes, indeed. I'm telling you,
have
folks,
to look forward to that.
The spirit that comes from, because you guys been doing this. You started at the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History. Then last year was at the King Solomon Church. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, folks, it's a spirit that's just is a powerful spirit. We got out there last year. Sister Lavonia Perriman spoke. We had our main man, historian in residence, Brother Anthony Brogdon spoke. I spoke. It was just a lot of love in the building. They filled up them seats. The young kids performed on the drums and the African drums, and oh man, it was just great. And not only that, when you put that spirit into the air, into the universe, you gonna win. Because I don't know if people remember last year on the first of the year, Michigan played Alabama.
Oh.
They weren't supposed to win that game, Miss Brody. And they won.
Yo, yeah.
They went on to win the national championship because we put that love out in the air.
That's right.
And it was just like, we got a call real quick, Miss Brody. Who we got on the line?
Okay. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, folks. Do you all feedback with Mr. Theo Brown? Mark Cummings, talk to us. Oh, they hung up. Okay.
Oh,
They missed out because you want to get in. We got about 15 more minutes for us all in. So call back, get on the air. Tell us, if you were there, tell us about it. Because it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to it this year, folks. Yeah. And we got to get back to understanding. That's something that belongs to black people.
Yes.
It belongs to us.
Yes.
We can't just leave it in the dust and let it, that ain't mine, and the African stuff. Come on, man. Come on. We need some principles.
You don't have to be ashamed of being African American.
No, not at all. And the principles, Miss Broden, the principles are universal. It ain't, it's an African thing. They come from an African spirituality, but it is a sensibility of it.
Right.
We need unity.
Oh, definitely.
We need collective work and responsibility. We need to honor one another. We need some pride.
Yes.
We're going to need some love. We got to get it together.
Right.
We got to get honest about this. It's a lot of work to do. Each day represents something that we got to come together to do as a people. And, you start with unity, you end with faith. So, let's just be honest about this. We got to get it together. That's why I'm always harping on this woman and man thing. We don't have much more time to be fiddling around talking about women got it better or men. We all in this mess together, and we all dealing with a system that want to destroy us. We can't continue to have these families that have been beat up. It's going to take a lot of work to fix this. It is. The prison, the school to prison pipeline. All of this stuff is real, Miss Broden.
Oh, yeah.
They created
this. Folks don't want to believe it. And then I think it has just evolved and come. It's so subtle that they don't know what hit them.
Right.
And when you have, I go back to the school system again. When you have a system where they don't seem to want to help the children to read and don't want to give them tutoring for financial stability information so that they know how to take care of themselves. And there's nobody who is trying to push for the school system to have that. And, oftentimes we hear, that begins in a home and they should get this at home. They should get that at home. But what if nobody's home? They have no way to get it. We have the Big Sisters, Big Brothers program through PAL. Are our children joining PAL anymore? I know they have projects taking place at the PAL Center. They got a new location, real nice.
Well, I know they got the football leagues for sure. The West Side Cubs and those type of things. They've been in the East Side Raiders and all that. They've been around for years. But the baseball, I'm not sure if they still, because I played PAL League baseball. And I need to find out if we still have the funds, because baseball more expensive.
More expensive?
Because you're dealing with more people. And of course, football, you got all the pads and things.
Right.
It's expensive as well, but baseball, you got to have the umpire, you got to have you got to have the field set up as a diamond. And it's a lot goes into playing baseball.
I never thought of it as being real
Yeah, because
expensive.
you need the gloves, you need
Yes.
the kids got to have a lot of other stuff.
I see. I see.
Then you got to have the parents there, and then you got to have the insurance. And there's a lot that goes into this. People don't realize you don't just go on the field and play sports.
Yeah, right.
'Cause you can still get hurt. You know, you're a kid. You can
Right.
still get injured. You know, you got to have medical staff there. People do not realize what goes into playing sports. You know, and this is why you got, and now they charge you for it. Used to be, it wasn't that expensive. You can get in the pal leagues, you sign paper, but now you got to have your money right. You got to pay for things. So everything now is just more expensive. So this is why you need families, folks. And I just want to thank my father, Carswell David Cummings, his father, Carl David Cummings. You can look back on your family tree and recognize the power in having intact families. Because they say you only got a 6% chance of changing your lot in life. So if you grow up poor, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be poor. You got a 94% chance of not changing your position. You got a 6% chance, so you really, it ain't even a crapshoot. The chances are you're going to be where you started. So if you start out poor, your mother had you as a teenager and all of this stuff, you're going to be battling. It's an uphill battle. That's why they always talk about rags to riches and all these young kids want to be sports stars and stuff. You got a 100% chance of being a sports star. Not even a 1% chance. 100% chance to being a sports star. You got about 1,200 people that play sports.
Wow.
And now they paying them in college. I get that. But trust me, they already looking at a way to change that all up because these young kids making more money than some of the provosts at these universities now. And that's some strange stuff. You know, when you walk into the classroom and you living in a mansion, and the professor looking at you like,
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah.
So we got to understand whenever they see us getting ahead, that's when they get nervous. Like, and that's when they change the game. So be looking for it, folks. It's only a matter of time for the NCAA figure out, look, we can't keep paying these guys millions of dollars. They're making a fool out of us out here. So it's something to talk about. We got 7 minutes, Miss Broughton. People out there, you want to call in and say something. I want to thank Miss Broughton for putting this show on every Monday from 9 a.m. to 10:30. Want to say thank you to the engineer, Mr. Timothy Smith. Call on in, 313-365-7379. 313-365-7379. I'm telling you, folks, it's RadioWeCanSee.com. As always, we make it happen down here, Feedback Show, baby. We get the guests. Have Brother Fuquay Bay on. They're going to have that coat drive. And when is that again? Is that Saturday?
Yes, it is Saturday. And the address is 5601 Grand River. 5601 Grand River. That's near McGraw. So I think most people,
that's down there by the old Steve Soul Food. Come up a little bit further, it'd be McGraw.
I got you. Right. And it's going to start at noon. And it's for hats, coats, and gloves for our children. And for the hats, coats, and gloves. And it's something that Minister Fuqua Bay has been doing for decades. So this coming Saturday, 12 noon, location is 5601 Grand River. And for those who have taken the opportunity to attend before, they know that he is involved with quality and he is concerned about the community and concerned about poverty and wanting to do what he can to alleviate as much as he can. So we thank him for that.
Indeed.
Indeed.
A lot of groups doing good things out there this time of the year. And get tapped into it, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we down to 5 minutes, Miss Brown. What you want to leave us with?
Oh, my goodness. Well, at the end of the show, I always say that it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. We would like you to join Hood Research. It's $20 a year. We would like you to know that we have a conference call on Saturday, each Saturday. And the request of you is to have pen and paper handy. And I will give out the number and the access code. The conference call each Saturday is from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. If you'd like to call and make a presentation, just call and let me know. The telephone number for Hood Research is area code 248-234-2371. Area code 248-234-2371. The email for Hood Research is contact@hoodresearch.org. CONTACT. The @ symbol, the A with a little circle around it. HOODRESEARCH .org. Okay, that is the email for Hood Research. Contact@hoodresearch.org. Now, the telephone number for the conference call each Saturday, which is between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Dial 1, then 978, area code 990-5000. Again, you can call and write down 1-978-990-5000. It rings one time. You then put in the access code. The access code is 338729. Press the pound key. Again, that's 338729. Press the pound key. And you'll hear us talking. Sometimes maybe a little music in the mix, but you will hear us talking. Those are the numbers and the access code for our conference call, which takes place each Saturday from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m.
Yes, indeed, folks. That's hot. I mean, you got to get on them Saturday calls. Mm-hmm. They're a lot of fun.
Now, you want to say something?
Well, I know I spoke with Brother Anthony Brogdon. She's going to try to get down next week because it's time for some more books for the listeners. And I just want to say that the repast that my mother had, sister, I just call her Miss Z. Exquisite Events, folks. We're going to have them on the show. We're going to partner with them with Hood Research. She's got a nice hall. It's in Westland. It's over at 8024 Middle Belt. So if you're looking for a hall, Exquisite Events, 248-789-9776. Just ask for Ms. Z. Tell her Mark Cummings sent you. And we're going to get her on the show to talk about that. She's going to become a business partner with Hood Research. And $40 business a year, yearly, folks. Come on in. You got a business, you want to be a part of this, $40. Let's get it started. And $500 lifetime. Trust me, it's worth it. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. Tim said that's a wrap. We're going to be back next Monday, Miss Broughton.
All right.
The Beatty next Monday, folks.
Yes, yes. And we look forward to you being with us and on a conference call. But we'll be right here Monday, 9 a.m. Peace. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback, feedback, feedback.